All right, so I got the first one adjusted here. So we'll move on to the next one. So I'm gonna put this right here to hold the lifter from turning. Then this is not on a load, but this is. So we'll crank this a bit further and make sure that we got both valves down all the way. You can just hold your hand on there, and once you feel that they're going down, you just wait until they're all the way down. Here we go. This is it. Okay, now they're both down as far as they'll go. So now we're gonna hold the bolt itself, and then we'll open that lock nut here. Okay, now this lock nut is a bit more snug than the other ones. Okay, so you can see we have play here, right? Not a whole lot, but they're completely out of adjustment because I had to install these bolts and lifters new, and these valves, everything was taken off. New valves in there, new valve guides, springs, everything. So, okay, so we're gonna turn this bolt out, which extends it out of the lifter that it's bolted into. Now right here, it's tight. There's no more play on the rocker arm. That is not good, because that means that the valve might not close completely, and we're not getting much oil fed in there when we start it up between those metal parts, so that it will wear out faster, and then we're in trouble. So we need to make that clearance 12 thousandths of an inch, so we'll back that off. You can hear that? Okay, so now I'll bring out my feeler gauge, and I'll slide it back in here. Doesn't go in yet, so we need to back that off a little bit more. Oh, here we go. Right there. Perfect. Okay, so now let's check this again. Run this one. Yeah, so we're gonna tighten it up. I'm gonna hold this bolt just like it is. And now we're gonna lock the nut up and see where it's at. Sometimes you will get a little bit of more adjustment as you're tightening up the nut. So we're gonna make sure that once this is snug here, okay, perfect. It's touching, but it's moving good. Okay, excellent. So now we're gonna go to the next one here. Do the same thing again. Here we go. Okay. Not a whole lot, but too much obviously. If there's too much play, then your valves won't open far enough, and then you're not getting enough air in, which will make for less compression. Or if it's the exhaust valve and it doesn't open up enough, then you're not getting all the exhaust out as fast as you should, and then you're kind of losing power right there as well. So let's see here. I'm gonna tighten that up until it's basically snug, and then go down a little bit, and then we'll check this thing. Put the feeler gauge in here. That's pretty good. Okay, let's tighten that up and then see what happens. So the lock nut has to go back down. Here we go. Okay, doesn't have to be crazy tight, but tight enough that it doesn't come loose on you when you're driving a tractor later. So we hear the little click here. Let's put that in here. A little bit on the tight side, but I think it's gonna pass. We'll go through them again once we turn it over. Now this one is loose, this one is also loose. Let's turn it some more here and see if there's any change in those valves still. Oh, it's coming up already. Okay. man, we got compression, man. Ooh, ooh. Okay, well, these are both. Now this one is tight, this one is tight, these are loose. Okay, so they're both loose, and it looks like they're both down as far as they can be. Okay, put this body back in here. Hold that again. Oh, this one was not too tight yet. I just installed them kind of by hand, so they're not too tight yet. So we're backing this screw out. Okay, let's check this. Still too tight. Right there. Perfect. Now this is a nut that goes going very easy. Okay. Here we go. Check it again. Perfect. Okay. And on to the last one. So the lifters have that machine groove where the 1/2-inch wrench will fit right in there, and that will hold the lifter from turning so you can tighten up the lock nut properly. Okay, open this one up again so it's not locked. Yeah, see, that's a little bit too much, so let's back this off. Now it's tight. Go back down a little bit. Okay, let's put the feeler gauge in there. A little bit tight still. Right there would be fine. Okay, now we will see what happens here. Give me 1 second. Just loose enough to turn, huh? Okay. Let's try this again. Perfect. Okay.